My love for arches may have started here when I first saw Delicate Arch.
I was on my way to Natural Bridges National Monument as a volunteer in the spring of 1982, and I stopped by here at Arches on the way, took one look at that and was completely awestruck. And then when I saw the natural bridges that I volunteered to help patrol and help visitors learn about, I guess that's when I was struck down with spanophilia, what I call a love of natural arches and bridges. Natural rock spans, what I call generally.
And who can blame him when you see something like this?
Truly one of nature's grand masterpieces.
When I had just gotten out of college in the early 80s, I applied for a volunteer position through the Student Conservation Association. They wound up sending me to Natural Bridges National Monument in Utah, which at the time I had never heard of before. So in the spring, on my way there, I stopped at Arches National Park where I got my first real glimpse of Utah's major natural rock spans. My first sighting of the iconic Delicate Arch was from a distant viewpoint that was an easy drive to get to. I could hardly believe that a span of rock could be perched on the side of a cliff like what I was seeing. So of course I had to take a closer look and hike the Delicate Arch Trail. After a couple of miles of hiking, I rounded a sandstone ridge and saw Delicate Arch closer up, framed through the opening of another arch, appropriately named Frame Arch. I was blown away. I hiked further and rounded the end of the ridge and had a clear path over to stand at Delicate Arch itself. It is truly one of nature's great masterpieces. So nature here had given us the chance to see this great sculpture both framed and unframed. In that visit, thanks to Delicate Arch, I believe I was afflicted with what I have come to call spanophilia, a love of natural rock spans. That makes me a spanophile. In hiking another trail in Arches National Park, my fascination with natural rock spans was compounded by another masterpiece of nature, Landscape Arch. This is one of the world's largest arches. Then, of course, the 3 spring months that I was to spend at Natural Bridges National Monument, viewing and hiking to 3 natural bridges, only served to reinforce my affliction. Sipapu, the first natural bridge along the Loop Drive, happens to be one of the largest natural rock spans in the world. Wachamo Natural Bridge near the end of the Loop Drive is, by contrast, one of the smallest, most delicate-looking natural bridges. So, in experiencing both the delicateness and the massiveness of natural rock spans in so short a span of time, I was hooked. Here are some of the types of natural rock spans. Natural arches, which were largely caused by the freezing of water in cracks that help split apart the rock. Natural bridges that are caused by flowing water. Sea arches that are caused by the wave action of the ocean. And lava bridges, which is where lava flows create lava tubes, and then the crust that roofs over the lava tube collapses, leaving spans of the lava crust over the lava tube. The basic dimensions of natural rock spans concern the opening and the arc of rock that encloses that opening. The opening has a height, which is the vertical dimension, and a span, which is the horizontal dimension. Now, sometimes if the arch is on a slant, the span has to be measured in a series of horizontal line segments, which then are added together to get the span measurement. The arc of rock has thickness, which is the vertical dimension, and width, which is the horizontal dimension measured from one side of the arc to the other. I'm Bob Robinson, and I have a bachelor's degree in biological conservation, minoring in environmental studies, and I've been published in many magazines as a freelance writer-photographer.
And I'm Rick Robinson, and I have a bachelor's degree in biological conservation with a minor in environmental studies, and a master's degree in education, curriculum, and instruction, and I've been published as a writer-photographer.
In our series, the Spanophiles, we'll share our love of natural rock spans by sharing our adventures to go visit them with you, our viewers. Please join us on our adventures to enjoy nature's most spectacular sculptures.